This is D, and Less Stress for Life. That's what's up. Many individuals would have you believe that if political leaders, if religious leaders, if business leaders could get their act together, then we would all have world peace. But my brother and my sister, I'd like to let you know that if world peace were signed at midnight, we'd probably have problems at 12:01, a minute later. Why? Because there would be some type of disaster in this world. Now, because I'm saying that world peace would be signed, I'm just going to assume that everybody was in agreement. Husbands and wives, would be kind to each other. Children would respect their parents. All these wonderful things would fall in place. But I'm not talking about so much the human interactions when everything is said to be wonderful, but I'm actually talking about natural disasters that would affect things. What natural disasters? Well, you pick the natural disasters. There's so many different natural disasters out there. I am not going to mention one of them. But look on the news. Look on the news about over what has happened and what is about to happen, or maybe even what is happening. Sadly, these disasters are becoming more frequent. They're becoming more intense, and they are setting significant records. Now, this is one thing I want you to also understand. When disasters occur, my brother, when disasters occur, my sister, whether somebody is looking at it on television or whether somebody is experiencing it in real life, in real time, those disasters play on people's heads. You have two different types of individuals in dealing with disasters. You have those who deal with it in a worst case scenario type of approach, and those who deal with it in a best case scenario type of approach. That's what I'm saying for this video. Those who deal with it in a worst case scenario will be those individuals who harm themselves, would be those individuals who harm others. But you have another camp. You have individuals who decide not to hurt themselves, not to hurt others, but they actually decide to help. And I have research that shares that individuals who help do far greater, do far better than those who decide to hurt. Listen to this research. And this is from the journal Psychology and Aging. This is from June 2013. The title of the article is A Prospective Study of Volunteerism and Hypertension Risk in Older Adults. This research studied volunteers who are over 50 years of age, and they studied them based on their actions from the previous year. And it turned out that those individuals who volunteered for at least 200 hours that previous year actually had less hypertension and actually had greater psychological well-being. Sounds good to me. And then we have another research article, and this is from Health Psychology from January 2012. And the title of the article is Motives for Volunteering Are Associated with Mortality Risk in Older Adults. The long and short of that article is that if you want to live longer, then you need to volunteer. But here's the thing. You need to volunteer with the well-being of others in mind. You have some individuals who will volunteer. Maybe they'll volunteer at a soup kitchen. The reason why they're volunteering at a soup kitchen is because they want to get fed that day. Those individuals don't do as well as a result of their volunteering. But those individuals that do much better are those individuals like Raquan. Raquan lost everything during a tornado. And this is a true story, by the way. The only thing he had, oh, by the way, he even lost his job because of the tornado. The only thing Raquan had were the clothes on his back, the shoes on his feet, and the pistol in his pocket. He had to stay with his sister. Raquan was devastated. Fortunately for his sister, she still had a job. So the day after the tornado, he was in her house and she was off at work. Raquan was sitting in the kitchen and he had the clothes on his back, the shoes on his feet, and the pistol on the table. Raquan was thinking, I've lost everything. What reason do I really have to live? Before he could shoot himself dead out of despair, Raquan decided to answer the phone that had just rung, or rang, whichever one it is. It was a buddy of his. His friend said, listen, so-and-so needs some help. So Raquan decided, all I'm going to do is kill myself. I can at least go do something for somebody else before I die. So he went and he helped that morning, that afternoon, that evening. Took a long time. The area was messed up. So friend dropped him back home. Raquan went to bed. The next morning, after sweating in the clothes on his back, after walking around with those dirty shoes on his feet, Raquan pulled the pistol out of his pocket and sat at the table again. And before Raquan could pull the trigger that was pointed to his head, his friend called again. So Raquan put the pistol back in his pocket and went to go help. The third morning, the exact same thing happened. And after that, Raquan decided, I have too much to live for to be killing myself. Volunteering really does pay off in all too many ways. If you want to volunteer by yourself, you want to set up your own volunteer agency and go help, feel free. But there are also other volunteer agencies that are out there. And make sure that whatever agency you get with is an agency that's not looking out for itself, but is truly looking out for the well-being of others. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Additionally, go to www.destressmethod.com for more resource information. That's all we got for now. This is D. And Less Stress for Life. That's what's up. Peace.